Good morning and welcome back. Just ahead this hour, we all want to look our best, right?
Obviously,
People,
yes.
Before you go out. So who spends more time pampering themselves, men or women? I think we know the answer to that one.
Think so?
I think I do.
Hey, did
Maybe I don't.
How old were your kids when they wanted a cell phone?
When they wanted a cell phone. You know, teens, young teen-ish sort of thing, yeah.
It seems like these days every kid wants one,
Yeah.
no matter what their age. But how do you make sure that A, they don't run up the bill, and B, that they stay safe if they have one? Well, Melissa Painter is going to join us and show us what you need to do before handing over a phone.
And Minecraft, very popular game for kids. And Mommy Matters today, Shannon's going to have some ways to make sure your kids do not click on the wrong thing while they're playing the game. That's all just ahead. Our top story this morning, though, total of 61 people now arrested overnight after violent protests in Ferguson, Missouri. This after a grand jury decided to not indict Officer Darren Wilson in the shooting death of Michael Brown. A number of people accused of unlawful use of guns there, according to the St. Louis Police Chief, John Belmer. There were at least 150 shots fired. Several officers also hit by rocks. 2 police cars, at least a dozen buildings burned. Right now we're looking at a live picture of the coverage there, and you see the streets are quiet, but you also see the effect of the looting there with the broken out doors and windows there. Law enforcement officials say they are disappointed by all the violence across that city. Crowds started gathering even before the grand jury decision was announced last night.
You can hear the explosions going on inside there from whatever is inside, whether it's... Sorry, I just got hit by a rock.
Yes, a CNN reporter hit by a rock while doing a live report, and she wasn't alone either. Rocks were being thrown at police bricks too. Another CNN crew got hit with a smoke bomb during their coverage. While burned out buildings and ashes, all that remain of some area businesses. Take a look at this. This is video of a car lot in Delwood called Auto by Credit. Several cars were set on fire early this morning. A gas station next door also set on fire. A number of police cars burned, businesses were broken into and looted all around the city.
Now, the family of Michael Brown has called for peaceful protests throughout all of this. Even before the decision was announced, they asked for 4.5 minutes of silent protest, symbolizing 4.5 hours that his body lay in the road after he died. President Obama also spoke last night after the decision, and he also urged peaceful protest. Now, the shooting happened August 9th. Grand jury started meeting on the case August 20th of this year. They heard from a total of 60 witnesses. According to the DA, some admitted to not actually seeing the incident, but just were repeating what they had heard. He also said a lot of the testimony contradicted the physical evidence.
They also saw the firearm report, as well as 2 separate autopsy reports, one done by the state, the other done by a private physician that was hired by Michael Brown's family. There were also crime scene photos and pictures of Darren Wilson after the shooting.
What might be an unusual part of the grand jury hearing, Officer Wilson's own testimony. Usually isn't so much evidence given to a grand jury, but the prosecutor said he wanted them to consider every single piece of evidence that he had.
Well, Wilson's legal trouble isn't quite over yet. The Justice Department and the FBI both investigating. Attorney General Eric Holder expects those to be finished soon, though.
Wilson has also written a letter to his supporters after 9:30. We'll take a look at what he had to say. We'll also bring you updates on the story as they come into the newsroom. For now, let's check the forecast. Good morning, Emily.